What's up guys, Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, a first time VOD review for a player. This is Dizzyland Rank 1 Vietnam right now. Kind of a crazy graph, as you can see here, ran it all the way up from about 1700 LP straight to 2K, and then has been kind of bouncing back up and down, but I mean still, Rank 1 is Rank 1. There's nobody higher elo than Dizzyland on the Vietnamese server, which I've talked about before. I feel like the Vietnamese server is probably underrated, I would say, probably quite underrated. YBoy1 obviously comes from Vietnam, and I think he's one of the best players in the world. I think this is, you know, in contention for one of the top servers up there with America, with North America, with China, and then we won't talk about any other servers. Just to take a quick perusal of the lol chess, you know, this is a decent amount of scrap in here, but seems like overall just flex gameplay. Nothing like crazy as far as like this is some crazy new tech, though a decent amount of like high capped boards, stuff like this and this. So I really wanted to VOD review Dizzyland, and Dizzyland has a YouTube channel, streamed like 3 weeks ago, and that is the most recent stream. So this is, I would say, probably the only stream that actually exists this is the only VOD that we have for Dizzyland at all recently whatsoever. So, you know, from my new VOD checker tool, I thought, okay, we have to VOD review. And also, this is a really interesting game. So this is Prismatic lobby, and we start off with Birthday Present. Now, Birthday Present, an augment that I think a lot of people are a lot higher on these days. It got buffed this patch. Now it gives an extra 2 gold on level up, which is really, you know, a big difference. It allows you to do stuff like this, push levels really aggressively. And I don't know, this Birthday Present augment, I think, you know, back in the day when it first came out, a lot of people were like, this augment is just broken, and you would take it all the time. After that, it was slowly nerfed down a bit to the point where, you know, when Dish Soap took it to win the World Championships, it was, you know, people were like, wow, he's actually taking Birthday Present. And now it's actually kind of, we've come full circle, and Birthday Present is now once again like, wow, I'm excited to take Birthday Present. And there's another reason we're hyped to take Birthday Present in this spot is that you can see all of this loot that is flying around. This is a Warwick's Hunger portal. And so Birthday Present with that is just fantastic. Means that we get really rewarded for pushing levels aggressively. And so, I mean, this just seems like a match made in heaven. Warwick's portal plus Birthday Present. I'm excited to see how well Dizzyland can do with it, but just like, I mean, look at this, like every single round we are farming 2 to 3 gold for killing all of these units. I mean, we're probably going to go a fast level 6 soon, which I mean, I would not be surprised at whatsoever. It means that we're killing more units, winning fights, you know, ideally killing every unit by winning the fight. And also, we're potentially stopping other people from killing our units. I believe we had a glove open, if that's the case. So as far as slams here, we have either Guardbreaker or Steadfast. Pick up the set here. The only other thing is, oh no, we have bow open here. Actually, I don't know why I was thinking glove. Maybe scouted someone with glove. So we have bow open here. So we're actually going to take belt with bow, which is kind of interesting. I mean, our other option would have been chain, which, like, yeah, I mean, are we really that excited about making Titan's Resolve here? This is the fast level 6, like I talked about. You still get to make 10 gold. Like, this is crazy. We are so rich. And I also just wanted to take a look and see, like, okay, what's the line? Because honestly, at this point, Dizzyland can play anything. A Sunfire Slam, a bow, and a belt. We are 0% committed to a single comp. The units that we were holding onto, I almost thought maybe was some kind of like Black Rose idea, but I don't know. That seems a bit crazy. I definitely think like when you're in a spot like this, you are insanely rich and you're going to be allowed to go fast 8, maybe even fast 9. You just want to play around comps that can kind of fit in a lot of strong 5 costs. So it'll be interesting to see what Dizzyland thinks of as a really strong fast 9 comp, because I think honestly, if we win this fight, you can almost guaranteed go fast 9 because you're generating so much gold from the fact that we're in the Warwick portal. We're also generating so much gold from the Birthday Present. Like, win this fight, we're 20 gold level 6/5 streak here. Like, I mean, you're almost guaranteed a fast 9 in this spot, I would say. So the question really is just, okay, how do you cap out high enough? How do you make the best usage out of going fast 9 in Dizzyland? I mean, rank 1 on one of the best servers in the world. I'm hyped to see what Dizzyland wants to do here. Also, we're still waiting on that 4 Conqueror. We got Conqueror, like a really solid Conqueror start with the Swain, the Darius 2, and the Draven 2, but we're really at this point just praying to Mr. Mortdog to give us that 4th Conqueror, because that's going to accelerate our game so much further. All right, let's look at item slams here in this spot as well. So there's a few different options. I'm looking at just like LW Gargoyle and commit to like an AD type game. It seems pretty tough to play AP from this spot, I would say. Like, I would be surprised if, I don't know, I guess Guard Breaker would be your other option. Guard Breaker Gargoyle, and then you commit to AP. There is stuff like Even Shroud, but then like you're left with the other components open. That's really weird. And obviously we can't make a Sunfire. Steadfast Heart, I guess, could leave you into playing AP, but I don't know. I feel like you almost have to commit to AD here if you want to make some slams. So I'm curious to see if we remove the bow off Draven so that we can move items over to Nocturne. Oh, could it be QSS slam? Yeah, QSS Titans is the double slam here. So, wow, okay. Yeah, I mean, we have the Nocturne. These items are fantastic onto him. So, I mean, I think this makes a lot of sense. Are we gonna... I mean, this is certainly our strongest board. So if we lose this fight, it's not really the fault of, you know, these slams. I think these are fantastic slams. I mean, health is what... Wow. I thought health is wealth was an easy pickup here. Wow, we hit the Kog'Maw. That's actually fantastic on the board. I'm shocked that it's not health is wealth in this spot over placebo. Because I mean, if you just think about like the two augments here, right? This grants 8 gold, placebo grants 15 gold, but the effect from health is wealth is giving your entire team Omnivamp. We have we have a Titan's Quicksilver made. I mean, after thinking about it, I do think like these are obviously our best slams in this spot. It's a very cool idea to just play really hard around the Nocturne. The only downside was last round is that, you know, the Nocturne isn't a beneficiary of any of the traits that we actually had on our board. He was just a 2-starred dude with the, you know, Quick Striker. You know, but we didn't have Automata in for him last round. And so like that's the only downside, I guess, to playing around him. But interesting. I mean, I wonder still. I'm kind of not sure what the line is because you can't really play Enforcer without holding onto the baby Enforcers. Like, that's going to be hard to get to later. I guess you could play around Ambessa, but, you know, like for Emissary Ambessa, I mean, these days, blah, we're not excited about that. I mean, I guess we could go 9 and try to play around... I mean, there's just no way that like we're gonna play around like you know, melee Jace. That's definitely not happening. Maybe like a Mordekaiser setup is the idea, or I mean, a Mordekaiser I guess would make the most sense here. And this idea is we're gonna play for Mord. Also, we move the items over to Nocturne just to get the Sunfire onto him. I mean, I think this makes perfect sense. As always, consolidate your items. I'm so surprised when I coach people that this is not like common knowledge, but just always try to consolidate your items. This Nocturne is gonna live so much longer than these other units. So. We are losing some fights this stage, but still, I mean, the economic advantage that we have in this spot is so high. I guess, after thinking about it for a sec, the only logic I can see for placebo is that gold is really valuable for us. Like, that extra 7 gold might be just really valuable in this spot because, you know, gold allows us to push 9 faster and to get that birthday present value faster. You know, it allows us to do stuff like go 8 here, which I would just do in this spot. You're still making, you know, good econ. Yeah, I feel like it's just very straightforward. And you obviously get 2-star Vi to play around who, yeah, we can just simply move these items over to. I think this is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's probably the best single unit hit that we can get here. Pretty surprised actually that he opted to put these items onto the Darius, but I mean, thinking about it, the idea must be that we're actually like, we burned those removers earlier. We're actually a little bit like remover, not starved for removers, but it's like a little bit scary if we actually don't put these items on Vi. We got the lobby scout there. So let's go back and look at the lobby scout actually. Cause I mean, this is a very high elo Vietnamese lobby. I'm very curious to see just like what the meta looks like over there, what everybody's playing and stuff like that. So let's actually take a check here. So yeah, let's bring it to, okay. So experiment board, sentinel board, conquer, enforcer, 6 sork, experiment, scrap, and that experiment board again. I'm surprised that there are 2 people playing it sounds like experiment Twitch. Obviously the first guy was 5 experiment. That's probably, I didn't actually check augments because I was looking over at the left side just to see traits, but is it, I mean, I would assume with 5 experiment in, they have an experiment +1. That I think makes a lot of sense. But the other person playing 3, I'm pretty surprised about. Contested Twitch in this economy with no +1. Like, that seems a bit crazy to me. But we'll see. We end up winning this fight. And like I said, the second that we 5-streaked stage 2, didn't even really matter that we lost streak this entire stage. We were guaranteed a fast 9 because we just have so much gold, right? We're level 850 here, especially with the gold that we got out of placebo. Still, I don't know. I feel like I really would have liked that the one that gives you healing as well as econ, health is wealth, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's take another look at items here. I mean, BT seems like a very obvious slam here, grants you the healing that you need. We have Sunfire made already. The only downside to BT is that you lose out on the ability to make Even Shroud here, which is your armor shred in this spot. So the other option would be like, well, I mean, there's not really another option because if you go Even Shroud, then you're killing all your Vi items. I imagine it's BT. BT, even like, I mean, you probably don't want to make a GS, but like your other item might end up being a GS. So we'll see. Just because like you're probably looking to make, I mean, I guess you could make LW is the idea, but like you probably want to get to Armor Shred. And so like this belt seems like it would want to be Even Shroud. I don't know, maybe Last Whisper is the idea, but still, I don't know what our board's going to be. We're holding on to this Garen and stuff like this. We also have this extra Vi that we're holding on to, just as like maybe a Vi 3 type out. I mean, it makes a lot of sense as a potential out. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, level 9 is fast approaching for us. Probably sack a couple more and go 9. All right. I mean, well, Coronation's a kind of broken augment, so you can kind of default towards that. Wow. Really thinking about bulky buddies here. It's kind of interesting that, wow. Ooh. Okay, a lot of crazy stuff happens here. First of all, we go bulky buddies here. I'm actually pretty surprised on the bulky buddies take. I'm trying to think about the reasoning why over Coronation, because Coronation, I think, if most people just consider this a broken augment that you're almost always taking. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's still so solid. And like, I mean, the other thing is like, I mean, I don't know, they nerfed it, but really not that much. I mean, maybe, I guess Dizzyland says, you know what, after the nerf to Coronation, it's not as good. I mean, bulky buddy is still 330 HP, and then that shield, I mean, it's a lot of HP, and the idea is like, my fear with bulky buddies is that it's a little bit awkward with melee carries, just because you can't like full, you know, spread or yeah, put your entire front line on the same row. But I guess as long as you don't have too many frontliners, it's fine. But this is also a bit crazy to me, 57 HP, and we opted to just go for the full level here. I mean, I guess the idea has to be like one. Okay, actually, you know, the more that I think about this, the more that I like it, though. We're gonna bulky. Okay, yeah, all good. Though we should certainly bulky this Darius here. Shocked that I mean, that just seems wrong. Why are we giving bulky buddies to our backline before we're giving it to the Darius? Like, I wouldn't even mind moving the Maddie up here just to give it to Darius to make sure that he's getting it, because that Darius is holding all of our tank items. A bit crazy. But I mean, in the context of like one that we're in the Warwick portal, like getting this Jinx in is really, really valuable. Also, what the heck? Wait, am I crazy? Where did this Shojin come from? Oh, we got that chest was a tier, and that gave us the Shojin Slam. I mean, that's fantastic for us. But actually, I mean, the more I think about it, the more that I like actually leveling here. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff coming here. But yeah, the more that I think about it, the more that I like leveling for this Jinx here, because like if you wait until after carousel level, you can't actually inform your carousel with what unit you actually got from the birthday present. So why not level here? Also, once again, we're in the Warwick's Hunger portal, so every single unit that we kill is worth gold. Sure, we lose out on 5 gold of interest by leveling there, but maybe we gain, you know, 1 or 2 gold in killing some extra units that a Jinx 2 allows us to kill that otherwise we wouldn't be able to kill. And like I said, now we get to go into carousel informed with the possibility that, I mean, with the certainty that we have a Jinx. So now we can look for stuff like, I mean, still, I think the Even Shroud would be really, really juicy in this spot, and it looks like that's gonna be the pickup unless we're seeing a Renons here. I don't know. That would be quite surprising. But also, yeah, I mean, we've raced to level 9 at this point. We have a lot of stuff that we're holding. It looks like it's actually just gonna be a Bill Gates comp from this spot, like a fast 9, play all the 5 quests you can. LeBlanc fits on this board. I'm a bit surprised about the Caitlyn sitting on this board. She seems, I mean, I guess you have to, I mean, but we're playing Caitlyn Maddie seems quite crazy to me, I'll say, just because, like, sure, you get an Enforcer for Vi. I mean, that's great. But Caitlyn really on her own, I don't think is doing that much damage. Like, I don't think, like, Caitlyn is an item-hungry unit, and we just don't have the items for all these units. Speaking of which, though, I mean, I wouldn't mind even the Anomaly that gives you 2 full items here. I think this would be pretty solid. Okay. I mean, Infectious Anomaly has to be the pickup, right? I mean, this one's so broken. No way we're skipping this, right? I'm gonna be quite surprised if we skip this. Dizzyland in the tank, though. Okay, we do take this. I mean, yeah, I think you have to take this here. We have so many carries on this board, so many units that we're excited to itemize and play around that Infectious Anomaly seems quite, I mean, it seems perfect in this spot. We also even fit the Ziggs in here for scrap plus the Echo. I mean, this is a cool little board that we put together here. And then obviously Dominator for the Mordekaiser as well. Now we have this Mord too, who, I mean, he's kind of just CC bot right now, but also if we can get some more items, he will be the first unit that we itemize. Well, I mean, actually maybe the second unit because we have this Jinx here, but he will be a unit that we itemize. And you know, maybe this will be the board for the time, not the time being, but the time nowing. And ooh, this is kind of hilarious. We just fit the Steb in on this board for Bruiser. I mean, this looked like a fast 10, honestly, in this spot. Okay, we pick up some AP items, which you know, generally you'd be excited for the Mordekaiser. I feel like we still want to finish Jinx items here in this spot, though. I mean, these items do look a lot better. I mean, you have like Nashers for Mordekaiser, maybe Nashers Archangels I wouldn't be that disgusted as, or even Nashers Reforge the tier, and then Nashers Rod item on the Mord. I mean, I want to finish Jinx items here, but I don't know how you can. I mean, we're really going like Guinsu Shojin here. Like this Jinx is going to do 0 damage, but I guess cast a lot. Curious to see what the items are here. Full Lobby Scout, I'm not that worried about it right now, though. I'm really just want to see what Dizzyland is going for item-wise here. In the tank again, thinking about this. Okay, so yeah, items from Vi, moving over to Mordekaiser. I think this makes a lot of sense. And, ooh, so it's, okay. So the Vi items move over, and it's a Guinsu Shojin Hodge onto the Jinx here. I mean, it makes sense to move items off the Vi, I think. Like, the Vi is kind of last week's news. Is that even a phrase that people say? Last something's news is definitely a phrase people say. We're just going to level here once again. Yeah, just try to level as quickly as possible. This gives us another 2-star Mordekaiser. No way that this game ends in like a Mordekaiser 3, right? But I mean, this looks fantastic. But I mean, I think this makes a lot of sense. Oh, and then tank items over to the Vi, right? Because we don't have 2-star Elise yet. So might as well just put them on the Vi for now. I mean, I think this is a beautiful way of making the itemization work. And it's, yeah, I mean, like, you don't really care about playing around the Vi at this point, right? She's last week's news, whatever that means. So why not play for a situation where we have 3 out of Mordekaiser, move those items over. Quicksilver is fantastic on Mordekaiser, and then just try to get to triple item Jinx, which, yeah, the Shojin Guinsu is going to get her casting, and then Hodge is certainly going to be better than Shojin Guinsu Shojin, just because it means that she can heal up a bit, especially with the bulky buddies. This Jinx is going to be like kind of tanky, so yeah, even when stuff like Scion ends up on the backline, like who cares? And I mean, getting a faster Jinx cast, I mean, she still did a lot of damage this fight, so yeah, I mean, this itemization looks good, and obviously the Hodge has great synergy with her being an ambusher. She can still already spell crit, so you're quite happy with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking it. I'm liking the spot. All right, let's see what we go for on carousel here. There is an Inox Spark here, which did we? I'm trying to think of what our first few. Yeah, we never built Inox. We never built MR Shred, so MR Shred here is fantastic. We get to itemize LeBlanc too. There's a Victor. I feel like that's gotta come onto the board here, just over the stab. I think is perfect in the spot here. And yeah, we're just gonna continue. Obviously, we lose Bruiser, we lose Enforcer, but I mean, Enforcer's not that big of a deal. And yeah, the Onyx Spark can actually go onto second Mordekaiser here, and this is the unit that we want to itemize the most. Is just start getting to our double Mordekaiser items. And I mean, the dream is a Mordekaiser 3 this game. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but I mean, we're holding a bunch of 5 costs trying to take him out of the pool. We make Caitlyn 2 here. Where is that fitting on the board? Unless it's not. But why would we make this if it, like, there's no way we're like, oh, let's make Caitlyn 2 to, ooh, okay. It's over the Elise is the idea. We fit in Enforcer on this board. Elise is a form swapper, not doing the most. And, you know, we don't have Bruiser in anymore. So you just play Caitlyn 2. I mean, I don't think Caitlyn 2 is going to do a whole bunch on this board with no items. But, I mean, eventually she'll get some AD. Enforcer's obviously not bad. And if we hit Elise 2, we can always, like, we're still holding this Elise on bench. I mean, yeah, Jace over the Jinx? Just completely dropping it at the Jinx idea? Oh, okay, we're cooking here. So we're saying this version of the board is just suboptimal, right? Jinx is not the best carry that we could play for. We could play for a LeBlanc carry. I mean, I love this kind of stuff because this is capping a board on 9 just based on like unit strengths and stuff like that. And that's something that I just like, I don't know, is really interesting, and I feel like you can get from people like this who play so many games, are so in tuned with the meta. You know, it's hard to gauge, you know, Jinx versus LeBlanc strength and that kind of stuff. But that's why you got players like Dizzyland who are also going to do this. Guinso on the LeBlanc, the Hodge onto the Mordekaiser, and then the Caitlyn gets Guardbreaker Shojin here. What a weird little item setup here. Not actually consolidating items at all, and we end up actually losing the fight here. I'm pretty shocked, actually, about this item prioritization. Especially shocked that Caitlyn is still actually on, like, if we're going to pivot into this version of the board, I'm shocked that Caitlyn is still on the board, that Vi's still on the board. Yeah, Caitlyn going to get item removed. We don't really have the ability to move over items, or we can move over items, but we don't have the ability to kind of like sell her and get something better on the board yet. So this is going to be our board for now. We do get the Victor CC, the Mordekaiser doing some work. And we do end up finally losing this fight. Okay, so it's a top 3. It's a top 3 from Dizzyland. I wish we could have seen the Mordekaiser 3, honestly. This game was so hard to play out. I mean, what board did we end up losing to? Wow, surprise, surprise. It is a scrap board with Infectious Anomaly. Oh, man, what are we doing? We gotta, I mean, you're not gonna hotfix it, but I mean, the fact that this board is So, I mean, yeah, we won't yap about it. I mean, a really, really cool idea. I mean, I love the birthday present in this portal. And birthday present obviously did insane work. Honestly, I wonder if we could have capped the board out higher with a few other like different units in. Like I do feel like it was kind of a miss that we ended the game with a Caitlyn 2 on our board. I'm surprised we even made this Caitlyn 2. But I honestly, Dizzyland seemed a little dizzy this game, which I mean, always cool to see that like even a player this good definitely still has a lot of things to improve upon. So hope you guys enjoyed this VOD review. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Metafy, all my other links down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks as always for watching. Goodbye.